Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the books that I just didn't like this year that I read. So they weren't books that came out this year or released, they were just books that I read in general, and if you hear my phone going off in the background, I am so sorry. There wasn't a lot that I didn't enjoy, it was just I didn't like them. That didn't make sense. I liked the majority of the books that I read this year, but there are just some books for me that I just didn't like, and some of these are occult favorites of BookTube, and some of them aren't. They're just like classically known like books around the world. But I'm gonna get into them. Starting off the bat with the book that I just didn't like from page one, or book one. But this book came out, I think, at the beginning of this year, or maybe it was last year. I don't really remember. But it's a series that's very beloved by a lot of people on BookTube, especially my friends in the community. Like, I love my friends, but these books are very questionable, just because they're not interesting. And I shared them in a previous video that I filmed, which I didn't put out to the world yet, or maybe I did. It's probably spilling the tea on books that I will not finish, so I'll link it so you guys can watch that. But that is The Wicked King by Holly Black. I just didn't like the sequel. It was really boring. Like, I didn't know what was happening halfway through the book, or even what was happening in, you know, the whole world, until the end, where I was like, okay, that's it? You're just gonna leave it off like that? Okay. But anyway, I did not like this book, even though I gave it 4 stars. I just didn't like it. At the time I gave it 4 stars, but now thinking back to it, I just have really, really bad memories of reading this book. And, you know, it's kind of terrible to say bad memories, but I just really didn't like it. The next book I actually had to read for a class this year, but I had, I think, read it before. Didn't really like it, but I read it again. Still didn't like it. That was The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I still didn't like it. There's not really much to say, just because I just didn't really like it that much. Like, I still didn't really know what the heck was happening. And, you know, I read it freshman year of college. Didn't know what was happening. But I kind of chalked it up to me didn't want to read the book. I read it again. Still didn't know what the hell was happening. So, like, your girl was just kind of, like, full of confusion still about this book. Even though I did give it, like, 4 stars. Maybe 3 stars on Goodreads. But, like, I still didn't like it. It was not fun to read this book. The third book that I have, I don't think I physically have with me because I had to give it back to the bookstore at school, but that was Akata Witch by Nendi Okorafor. I think that's how you say her name. If not, I'm sorry, I butchered the name. I don't know, like, a lot of people really did enjoy this book in my class. I just really didn't find myself gravitating towards it that much, just because it wasn't, I wouldn't say it wasn't fun, but it just was really boring, and I didn't really know what the heck was going on. And everybody in my class seemed to like it, but I just didn't really like it that much, so I was very, like, hard on it. But, like, it didn't do much for me, and it just wasn't fun enough to read, so I really didn't like it that much. The next book I read, it was actually more towards the middle of the year, because that was when I was graduating, blah, 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 blah. I was also in a really bad reading slump twice this year, so that's fun. But this one I read, I really didn't like it. The Dividers by Libba Bray. Another staple on BookTube where everybody and their mother loves it. And then there's me, who I absolutely hate it. Yeah, I said that. I just couldn't quite get into it, and I thought it was going to be, like, so my jam, because it takes place in the 1920s, it has magic, and, like, not witches, but, like, psychics, and, like, fun stuff, and I didn't like it. It just went way over my head. Not way over my head, but more just, like, I was confused. I was also, like, not really liking Evie, or Evie, whatever the heck her name is. She was so self-absorbed to the point where I almost stopped reading this book. It was not fun, and I wanted to throw this book across the room or into the river. It was that bad. It just wasn't for me. I'm not going to finish the series, as you guys probably know from the series I will not finish video that I probably posted, like, last week. I just had no desire to continue reading because I really just didn't like it. So, there's that hot tea for you. Last book. It's really part of this whole entire series. Like, it's a trilogy, but, like, I didn't really like this sequel to this book series. I actually have the first book down there somewhere. But the first book is The Virgin's Daughter by Laura Anderson. I really liked that book. And then I read The Virgin Spy by Laura Anderson, which is a sequel. And I just didn't like it because it wasn't in the point of view that I thought it was going to be. It was like, it completely did a 360 on whose point of view it was in. And I was really confused like all the way through the book because I thought we were getting the original point of view back. We weren't. And I was just really confused. And I get it's more about the time period rather than the characters, but I really grew like really attached to the character that we had last book. I forgot what her name is, but she is like the daughter of a duke, I want to say. But it's like about the girl's brothers and like what's happening with them after this whole like debacle happened at the end of the last book, and then also like what's going on with them like a year later. It was still really like confusing, and I really thought that we were gonna get the main girl's point of view, not like the brothers and the sister and the queen's daughter's point of view, just because it was really confusing. I didn't know what was happening. All these random characters were coming through and I just didn't know what else to do. So yeah, those were the very limited books that I didn't enjoy reading this year. Maybe there'll be more, I don't really know, but yeah, thanks for watching. This is probably one of the last videos you'll see for 2019, so Happy New Year if I don't see y'all before then, and I'll talk to you guys soon in another video. Bye!